this video, stay tuned for a very good mix of churches, potty talk,
We're 4 hours earlier than home, uh, and we're a day ahead. So that really messed us up. Like, do we skip a day?
I didn't know what to do.
We're like, when do we go?
a great breakfast.
And it almost looks like a English breakfast.
Tofer shows you his favorite one-wheeling spot in Samoa a little bit. And then there's a little bit of a special segment by our buddy Norman, who just can't seem to keep parts of his anatomy quiet.
Might need a little bit of editing to just a few clips here and there.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to Sailing Vessel MiG. Bear with me with the sounds in the background. I am using a mic inside to voice over this, but I am currently in Fiji, sitting at the dock with the lines straining against the dock because it's windy here today. So if you hear that groaning in the background, it's not Norm in agony or anything, it's just the boat. So this is the marina in Apia, Samoa. It's a really cool little marina. It's very small, only space for a few boats, but it's very cheap. I think it was costing us like $8 a day US to be here. The lady that runs it, Sharon, is really, really cool. She's a New Zealand native who now lives in Samoa, and she's wonderful. She takes care of all your needs when you're here. She told us a story of her taking care of somebody's boat when it was stuck here at the marina during COVID for like 2 years, and she went down and like cleaned it all out and took everything out for him so it wouldn't get ruined. And she's just really great. So I highly recommend staying here at this marina. It has some issues with the bathrooms as far as use of the bathrooms and stuff, but I'll be talking about that in this video later on, so I'm not going to mention it right now. So what you see right here is and sorry about the footage. It was raining this day, and Norm had his GoPro out and walked the entire way that we walked every morning to use the restroom, or anytime we wanted to go to McDonald's or whatever. And we discussed that again here coming up, why we used the bathroom where we used it and all of that. I do want to say that we really liked Samoa. We really liked Apia. We liked the people. It was a really great experience, and we were here for almost a month while we tried to wait for our stuff to arrive. When we got here, supposedly it was already in American Samoa, and we thought that the next day we would have to take the ferry to go over there, but it actually didn't arrive for another almost 3 weeks. So we had to sit here at the marina in Samoa and wait for our stuff to arrive in Pago Pago at the post office. And that's a whole different video, which I'll share all of that with you guys. It was quite the adventure as just by itself. But we don't regret any of the time we spent in Samoa. Apia is a really friendly place. It has this great park that I went one-wheeling in, and I have a whole video of me one-wheeling. So if you like that stuff, you'll have a whole video of that. And yeah, the people were really great. And the one thing that we were super impressed with was the food. It was just amazing. This place, I mean, if you look at Samoans, you know that they know how to eat. And I'll tell you what, man, I'm not even exaggerating. I think the best pizza I've ever had in my life was at Girodino's in Apia. Great crust. It was just fantastic. And then everybody that knows me, this'll blow your mind. The best cheeseburger I've ever had was at Bella's in Apia. They have another place called Fatburger, and its cheeseburger was good. It was up in the top 10 that I've ever had, but Bella's cheeseburger was the best ever. And the interesting thing is, Bella's also had the very best milkshake I've ever had anywhere in my life, which is crazy to think about, but really it was almost like they put some kind of drug in there or something. Well, they did. They put sugar in it, a lot of sugar. But the flavor of it was just completely different, and it was so good. Actually, I'm about to, or Norm is filming this. He's about to walk past Bella's right up here. Sorry about the uh, raindrops on the camera. There were a lot of rain while we were there, and it was so hot. It's just past the equator, so Samoa is just next level hot. So hot. Every day we were roasting. But we did this walk every day, and this is in 4 times speed. So that gives you an idea how long it took Norm every time he had to use the restroom. Now, for me, it didn't take so long because I like to ride my one wheel, and so I'd just hop on the one wheel and just buzz down on this nice little sidewalk area. You'll see that video if you like to watch videos of me one wheeling. So up there is the Catholic Church, and this place has some churches. Yeah, it's pretty amazing actually. So right across the street here is the little cafe that we discovered had a bathroom that we could use, and then it also had showers, and it's open all the time because it's for the church. So that's where we ended up going all the time to use the restroom.
Here we are at the Immaculate Cafe and religious item store where you can buy a picture of Jesus, a cross, or a variety of other things. And up in the ceiling, it's just like you're in Rome with Michelangelo. It's just a beautiful place. And we're having breakfast here. And they have really great coffee. And we're about to have a really good breakfast here. This is also the place that we haven't discussed this yet. Although the marina is cheap, which it is. It's a good price. The bathroom, however, they give you a key to the bathroom, which is great, and it's got a shower. But there are 3 locked gates to get to the locked door of the bathroom, and we don't have any keys for those. And they're only open 3 days a week at odd hours.
Later in the afternoon and evening.
So we can't use the bathroom. So the only way that you can use the marina bathroom is to put your dinghy in and dinghy across the marina to go to the bathroom. And of course, our dinghy is an electric motor and all of that. So we don't go through all that. We have the paddleboard in, but then you get all wet paddleboarding across the nasty marina water to just go to the bathroom. So we had to get creative. There is a restroom at the bar, but the bar's not open on Sundays, and and it's not open till about noonish. And both Norm and I have a regular morning constitutional, which is like, for me, about 4:30 to 5. So, actually, 6 o'clock. Not that you need to know the exact time. And it's a little weird because here, of course, we're 4 hours earlier than home, and we're a day ahead. So that really messed us up. Like, do we skip a day?
I didn't know what to do.
We're like, when do we go? Our body wasn't sure either.
We gotta go twice today.
Did we go twice that one day? Anyway, this is going to be a good video. This is going to be a good video. So, we discovered McDonald's, which is clean, and unlike Hawaii, you can go and use the bathroom. In Hawaii, they just lock them and you're not allowed to use them. But here, it's clean, you can use it, and there is more to tell about the McDonald's toilet too. The one in the men's restroom, you had to push the little button like 300 times to get it to flush, and finally it broke, probably due to us. But so now we use the family restroom in McDonald's. It's awesome. But anyway, so we had to one wheel, or in Norman's case, walk for half an hour to use the restroom. I one wheel. It only takes me about 7 minutes. But anyway, we discovered this place, which is the Catholic Church, and this great little coffee place. And the bathroom here is really great. It's open all the time. It's immaculate, and it's open all the time. Doesn't always have toilet paper though, so we bring our own. Anyway, this morning I showed up at about 5 o'clock, 5:30, something like that this morning to use the restroom. And morning mass starts like at 4:30 in the morning or something, in the dark. So it was dark when I got here. And so the glow of this big Catholic church, which I'll put in some of that right now. The glow of this big Catholic church in the morning was really beautiful. And they're singing their mass in Latin. So you got, you know, and then the birds started singing. So it was probably the nicest toilet experience that I've ever had. It was just almost immaculate. I could listen to mass, and all the birds in the trees started singing, and I was like, I gotta tell my brother Caleb about this because he's gonna be impressed with this one. Here's our breakfast. Oh, look at that. It almost looks like a English breakfast. You've got hash browns, 2 eggs, a sausage with some onion, a little pile of bacon, some baked beans, which is totally an English thing, a little hunk of, looks like papaya, maybe? 2 pieces of toast, and this awesome coffee. What do you think, Norm?
Looks good to me, man.
Have we found our breakfast place finally?
We found a pretty good spot here.
Right on. Oh, what was the other news we got today, Norm?
All of our stuff has arrived in Pago Pago, so Thursday
All of
night we're going.
Yep, all
Take
3
the ferry.
boxes. So our Starlink is there, our rigging is there, and our generator. So everything's there.
We got a. That's going to be a pretty big haul.
It is.
I don't know how we're going to get all that done.
So here is the church that we used the restroom at, and it had the little coffee shop, the Immaculate Cafe. It is just beautiful. All of that is wood carving on the whole ceiling. It's just fantastic. It's so beautiful. And we also went to another Catholic church, which I'll put in right after this, so you can see it. Samoa has more churches probably per capita, maybe than anywhere in the world. I mean, literally on this street, within 2 or 3 blocks, there were 4 or 5 different churches. And it was kind of funny because when we were talking to people, one guy actually said, yeah, it doesn't matter where you go to church as long as you go to church. They don't really care if you're a Mormon or a Jehovah's Witness or a Catholic or anything as long as you go to church. You're considered quite bad if you don't go to church at all. You've got to go to church somewhere. So that's one of the questions they ask you. We were just dumbfounded one day when we went into McDonald's, which you'll see here in a minute. We're walking down to McDonald's. Uh, there were probably, and I'm not even exaggerating, 30 Mormon missionaries in McDonald's waiting to eat their breakfast. And we started talking to some of them. We're like, "What's going on?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, we this is one of the mission places we come here." And I mean, they just must have been like hitting every single person in Samoa with the mission. So it was pretty amazing. Kind of crazy, actually, in my opinion. But anyway, yeah, here's some more pictures of churches in Samoa. Pretty much it describes every religion, right? We care for the dead, comfort the living, the usual. That's for you, Melinda. So back to our little walk through Apia. This is from the Immaculate Cafe on down to McDonald's. And on the other side is the government building where you go to check in and out of the island with customs and immigration and all of that. And on the backside of all that is a really cool little park that I'm going to show you here in a minute, where I always go one-wheeling. And I would one-wheel there almost every day for up to a couple of hours. I really loved it. It was so much fun. But having a McDonald's here, I mean, it seems like, oh, that wouldn't be a big deal, but it really was. After all those days at sea, and then, it's just so nice to have a little bit of a taste of home. Some things were interestingly not like home, though. Like their French fries were these great big fat French fries that were not McDonald's French fries. And I'm one of the people that really likes McDonald's French fries the way they are. That's my own opinion. I know some people don't like them that way, but that's how I like them. But before we found the Immaculate Cafe, we also would go to McDonald's instead to use the restroom. And it was one of the few places that had really nice clean restrooms that we really liked and would allow us to use them. Not like in Hawaii. In Hawaii, in Honolulu, we couldn't use a restroom anywhere, including McDonald's. And if you could use McDonald's restroom, it was filthy in Hawaii. We were not impressed with that in Hawaii. I guess they're trying to chase off all the homeless people and make them poop on the streets. I don't know. But that was a pet peeve of mine.
Yeah.
Wow, busy down here now.
Yeah.
Well, it's the day off again, right?
Yeah. You gonna ride through that?
I'd hate to flood my one wheel.
I hate for you too. Smile. You're on candy camera. Yeah, something's gonna happen today. I'll bet.
now Norm is walking through the park here. And this little spot was one that I really liked to ride around and practice going backwards. I learned how to ride switch here. Up until this point, I never had it set on the setting where I could go backwards. Sorry about this. I would leave this up so Norman could talk here, but his audio went out, so it was really, really scratchy. He had it in his case, and it made so much noise that you couldn't understand what he was saying. So I'm voicing over for him. But yeah, he came in and rode his one wheel here 2 or 3 times, and we had a good time. But Norm is just a little worried about his bad hip. He's afraid that, one good crash and he'd be out of commission as far as sailing around the world. So I don't blame him for, being cautious with his one wheel. It's definitely not exactly like riding a bicycle. So, something can happen really quick and you fall. As a matter of fact, I wiped out in Samoa really bad one morning. I went and zipped down early in the morning to use the restroom. And on my way back, I hit a rock and it just threw me off. And my right shoulder was really, really hurt, actually. Um, I think it pulled it and it didn't break anything, but and I had scrapes up my leg and on my back and stuff. So it was quite a bad fall. It was the worst fall I've ever had on a one wheel. So at this point, his sound is just off, so you can't understand him. He must have done something different here in a second because it starts to work again. But this was a beautiful park. We really liked it. It was, really well taken care of. It had a sign that said that it was made for Samoa by China. China funded this park and everything for Samoa. There are a lot of things like that in Samoa. The Chinese fishing fleets that we were talking about offshore, they actually are based in Apia. So we saw all those little boats and the big processing boats that we were seeing offshore around the equator, right there in Samoa. And we recognized the names of the vessels and everything. So anyway.
No stranger danger.
Somebody's taking our boat out.
They stealing our boat. Looks like that big catamaran's getting ready to leave. You get a good picture of it here in a second. You want to try?
Thank you.
You're welcome, thank you.
He doesn't know how to use it.
I don't either. Is she? Somebody getting my catamaran's getting ready to leave. That's a big, beautiful boat. And there's old Crash and Burn right there.
Crash and burn.
Yep. What I've heard, man can crash and burn all at the same time. It burns when you hit that pavement, doesn't it?
I only do that once every 400 miles.
I do it once every 20 minutes. When are we gonna do this cultural thing? Over here to my right, they have a cultural exhibit. It's on Tuesday through Saturday. We'll have to go over there one day. I think it starts at like 10:30. So we'll go over there and check that out someday. Today is Independence Day. Independence from Germany and New Zealand. They had a big parade. We were going to go to that, but when we got down here, we missed it all. So we went and had breakfast at the Immaculate Cafe anyway. Got something going on over here with the Popo. That's right.
Samoan morning walk with Norm.
That's you're walking your norm.
We'll do the whole 20 minutes. Edited for the next footage.
I think that'd be kind of boring.
Morning walk.
Might need a little bit of editing to just a few clips here and there. What? Ducks. Yep, we're gonna go over there. Valima, that's a beer. Oh, they got a cage. Morning.
Aloha.
Aloha.
That must be the leader heading home or something.
That's what I'm thinking.
There's the daily
Uh-oh.
tsunami warning.
That's a tsunami warning. We got one
Nobody
coming.
responds to.
We got one coming. If all that water disappears, we're getting the hell out of here. I'm gonna climb up that mountain up there. That's what I'm gonna do. Okay. It might take me about 3 hours to get there, but I'll try. Actually, I'll probably just climb up in that church. That is the Catholic church where we take the Immaculate Dookie. Morning. Morning. Got more popos coming. See what they're doing. I think they're taking the head honcho leaders back home, wherever the hell they live. Government officials. Them little white boats away out there. That's all them Chinese fishing boats that we had to dodge all the way down here from south of the equator. Every night, them little white boats over there, they circle us all below us. We never ran into one. They had their AIS on, but they would never communicate with us on the radio. Here we are.
So I was just waiting for you because we'll let you know if Bella's was open.
Oh yeah, it opens at 9. That's good. I think we'll go there.
Well, I'm done eating today, but
Yeah.
I know
Put it
you're
this
not.
way, I may go there for a late afternoon snack.
All right, I'll see you at the boat.
Okay. No need waiting on me.
That's too slow.
Yeah, blah blah blah. Away he goes. He says I'm too slow. I don't care. I like to mosey along and watch the world go by, talk to the people, see the sights without having to worry about crashing on that one wheel. Besides, it's fun, but it's not the bane of my existence to ride on that thing. Anyway, that's all for now.
Together